Hello and welcome to tilvacuumdouspart and welcome to my Christmas home tour. We've had a lot of changes, so I'm going to be showing you how I decorated, what I did, tricks, hacks, all the things. Plus I've added some new pieces throughout the house, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first stop I always like to do is right here in my office because it's the first thing you see when you walk in. As always, I kept it pretty simple. So if you love a traditional Christmas and you haven't watched my barn Christmas decorate with me, definitely go back and watch that because it's a good one. If you like red and green and deer and Ralph Lauren and all the things, that's the video for you. But in here I went, like, this is the house we live in, our main house. I went more luxe, I went more minimal, I went more just simplistic is what I'm gonna say. So every space I kind of wanted it to feel like Christmas, but I wanted there to just be like a wow moment. And so obviously in here it's the tree. I don't feel like it's even doing it justice on camera. I'll try to get some clips where it's more like glowing in the evening because this one is just beautiful. I love just like all the tiny lights on it. I had got this last year from Home Depot and loved it. And so I'm pretty sure I had it in this space last year as well. I think it started off in my living room. Things will move. Things will definitely move in this house, but I'm definitely loving how this space turned out. The entryway I kind of keep simple just because I don't have a table here anymore. I've thought about bringing one back, but I felt like I was just always decorating it, always cleaning it. This is just easier and simple. I don't have to mess with it at all. I did add this garland over the mirror. Once again, this is exactly how I had it set up last year. Now, I don't remember. You guys will have to let me know. Was the table there or did I have the bench yet? But I know I had the mirror there. That's been there since we moved in. And then I did add that garland. If you're gonna ask, I'll try to link it. I don't know if she has it this year, but there's a cute little boutique near me called Modern Cottage, and she's in Tulsa. I know she has Instagram and like a business page as well, so I can try to link it for you, but it's perfect for that mirror. And then I went through a journey of trying to find the best little lights to add to garland off Amazon that I liked the color. They were easy to use. They're battery operated, so I don't have to plug these in. They have a remote, and I bought them for all my garland last year. So if you're needing a good light, and it has all different like twinkles and fades, I just leave it on. If you're needing something like that, I'll have that link down below in the description box for you as well. Let's start off talking about the living room and we'll go to like kitchen and dining, but can you guys tell what I did in here? So if you follow me on Instagram, you get a little more like sneak peeks and stuff. But long story short, I had decorated the whole house for Christmas. We spent all day working on it. By the evening time, I was in tears. Like, I just didn't like it. Everything I had bought wasn't working. I just got this major itch to like pull everything down and declutter. I don't know. There was a lot happening that day that I was just like, something's off. And so even before we moved into this house, when we were designing it, the shelves always made me nervous because I just don't like a lot of things, and I knew I was gonna have to decorate them, and you have to have multiple pieces on the shelves. That's just my fireplace popping, if you're wondering. And so finally I was like, Chase, can we just rip them down? And so we took them down. They were on there so well. Like, I think I could have sat on them. I used to get worried about putting like heavy vases on them. I had no idea how well they were installed. We got a lot of putty, a lot of like texture spray, some paint, and oh my goodness, I love having those shelves down. I know that goes against the grain. Some of you guys aren't gonna like it, but for me, just being more simple and just modern and just minimal, I have loved it. And then I walked into Mathis Home, that's like our furniture store, and they had these lamps. They were very, very oversized. Like it's gonna be hard to tell on camera. And they were in the clearance room, and so I grabbed them. I had also had Chase like install a huge wreath up here. I'll pop up a picture. It was like a 60-inch wreath. We drilled it into the stone. I had it taken down. Like I was like, okay, we can't do it. Take it down. Anyways, this is how the living room turned out. It is simple, but it's very me. This is very much how I love it. I could throw some more like fur blankets in here. You know, you could add whatever you like, but for me, this is just like, I just love Christmas like this. This is totally me. And then if we need to scream Christmas, you guys know we have the barn over there that's like all things Christmas, and that's where we can go watch Christmas movies and shows. But for the space I'm living in, like I love this. I also had an update in the kitchen, which are these beautiful bar stools. So it always takes me a little while to figure out what kind of bar stool I want in every new house we get. And so originally we had those black ones that I loved, but it was just too dark in here. So I went and just got some really inexpensive, like, you know, plain, didn't have a back or anything. And I've just been using those until I could figure it out. Then I saw these and grabbed them. They're off Amazon, so I'll link them. What's super nice is if you can tell through the window, it's got the same texture on them. These can actually be used outdoors as well. So they're gonna be super like kid friendly. If someone's eating there and spills and drinks, they're gonna clean up really nice. So I'm super happy with those and the color of the wood. I didn't do a lot in the kitchen. Last year I put a wreath up over the stove. But this year I decided to add wreaths since I actually had a back to my bar stools. I just grabbed these from Hobby Lobby. They were like $4 each. I had that ribbon left over from wrapping gifts last year, and I thought that is perfect. And then I like to have nativity scenes throughout. That was actually gonna be my theme this year, and I had bought a ton, and it just was not turning out. It was just so cluttered and so crazy. And I feel like just having them fewer, they make a bigger statement, just like having it on the TV up there. That is just a YouTube video. So if you are not using your TV as a photo, it is time to do it. It is so easy. If you're on YouTube watching this, then you're already halfway there. Just search like Christmas screensaver or birthday screensaver or winter screensaver, whatever you're looking for. Some have frames, some don't, some have Christmas music. Absolutely love those. I'm using them all the time. But like I said, it's very simple, but yet it feels and smells like Christmas. Let's talk about this candle. I feel like Target gets the best Christmas candles, and they do sell out. This one is amazing. I bought 3 of them just because I want it to last through Christmas. But if you're needing a good one, it does not give me headaches, and I am super sensitive to candles, but it will make you feel like you're in Santa's workshop. Like it just smells like Christmas, especially if you have fake trees. It makes you feel like you have a real tree in your house. The dining room is always funny to me because that's where I have to put my Christmas tree. I don't love it, but like we did not give ourselves a spot for a Christmas tree in here. Now that I've moved the shelves, I could put like pencil trees up there, but I don't want to block this walkway. I don't want to block that one. So I've learned I just have to put it in here. The problem in here is there's no good outlets. And so it's actually in front of the tree. So this is my little hack. Like, No one wants to see cords. And if you don't have like gifts out yet, I feel like once there's presents underneath the tree, you can get away hiding better. But if you put it up early like me, you don't have that. So one thing I like to do is just grab these baskets. I have them throughout my house. I decorate with them. I love to keep all of my extra blankets in them. You could keep toys, just kind of stuff like that. But that's blocking it. The other thing I did was I used a sleek socket so you can't see something like ugly is plugged in there, because like the way you plug in trees, it's normally a pretty big piece. And so that's all tucked behind there, and then you don't have to see it. And so it looks like I'm just doing a pretty design, but that's actually there just to hide the way the tree's plugged in. Real quickly, I just want to touch on plugging trees in. So a lot of the new trees actually come with this now, and it's like a stomper, and you can keep it on the ground so you can step on it to turn your tree on and off. It's actually going to hit like all the different modes. So this is nice to have, but what I suggest, like that's just how this tree came. I use a smart plug, and I will have those linked for you. Having that smart plug makes it so easy because you can control your tree from an app. So you just go on, you can turn all your trees on before you get home, or when you're laying in bed, or before you wake up, or maybe you're about to go to bed and you forgot to turn them off. You can also set timers. So ours just pop on in the morning right around the time we wake up, and then they go off after we go to sleep. So you can either set it and program it, or you can just do it yourself. But I love, love, love having those. They make great gifts too, because throughout the year you can have like your lamps plugged into them. I don't know how many times we've been gone longer than I thought, and I'm scared the boys are at home in the dark and it makes me sad. I can just get on the app and turn on the lamp for them so I know they're not in the dark. So that's just something really good to have with Christmas trees and throughout the rest of the year. I also just have this big bowl in here. You guys know I just love, like, I rather have one oversized piece than like tons of stuff on my table. Now, as we get closer to Christmas, I'll actually do a table setting. I have like actual Christmas dishes, so you can be on the lookout for those. I just put an extra piece of garland in there, and then these are my Walmart bulbs I talked about in my Walmart decor video. It took 2 packs just so there was enough in that bowl, because it is very, very, very oversized. But I feel like that's just enough, and it's just so pretty. This is actually a little bookshelf that I got last year right around Christmas time. And so I kind of did the same setup. I kind of had the same pieces, but I like to just decorate this just a tad bit with seasonal decor, if it's, you know, Easter or 4th of July, whatever it is. But I have like my Bibles in there. I love having those. I have a nativity scene. I love these like mirrored houses and some greenery. It honestly doesn't take much to make a space feel Christmassy. So if you want to go crazy, by all means, Christmas is the time to do it. And I will never say never. Just doing it to our barn house, it literally brings me so much joy over there. I just can't live in it. But if you're like, hey, I don't have a lot of money, or I don't have a lot of time, or maybe you're just not feeling it this season, just put a few pieces out. Like, just switch out your greenery, put something out, and then get a candle. And I'm telling you, you'll still get that vibe without having to like overdo it. The bedroom is the one thing I haven't really touched. We did this from the get-go. It's gonna be hard to tell on camera. I feel like it's hard with the light shining in. There's something about in the evening, but cameras don't always work well just when it gets dark, so I'll add some other clips. But I just loved the simplicity of this room. I loved having this giant tree in here. So this used to be in the movie room a few years ago, and then last year I didn't even use it. And this year I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna put it in here. It may be too big. I felt like it was perfect since I don't do a lot in here. Today I did add the garland up there. I love it today, but I know it won't make it till Christmas, I'll say that. So I'm gonna see it tonight once it gets a little bit darker. But I also added this very cozy textured blanket. I found it at HomeGoods, so I can't link it. If I can find anything like it, I will. But we also got a new fireplace for in here. So one of my like most recent videos, we were redoing the TV room and we took our TV stand from in here and put it in there because it just made more sense. And so I grabbed a fireplace from Wayfair. I can link it for you. It's hard to see it right now. It's actually pretty, but I have my stockings on it. I was like, this is perfect. We have to get it. It'll be so good for Christmas. I love having the stockings on there. Once again, that's just a YouTube video up on my screen, so it looks like artwork. And I have another basket hiding because this fireplace has to plug in. And I'm telling you, we put all the outlets in the worst spots, but like I have another sleek socket back there. So then you don't see that the fireplace is plugged in. But I just love that. I love these stockings right there. I've always loved this set right here. So I got this in our very first house before I even knew about YouTube. And I loved it because I love the reason for this time of year. So I love the nativity scene, and it was a set of 3, and I have a family of 3. I was a broke stay-at-home mom, and I found this deal like on Craigslist, and I grabbed it so fast, and I have cherished it ever since. So I absolutely love pulling this out every year and just getting to use it. Let's talk a hack. So I like to use pots to put my tree in. This probably is a tad small, but I love it more than a tree skirt. I do not like tree skirts. They're messy to me. They're hard to clean under. We just get bugs and dust here. I prefer the pot. These were the ones that were out by my pool. I had to scrub them out. I didn't realize I had used some of mine at the barn house, and so I was short, and so I found these by my pool, and I was like, let's grab them. I just love the look it gives them. So keep that in mind. You can get foam to like push the tree into if you have like a foam cube from like Hobby Lobby. You can tuck like blankets and towels around it. It kind of is just whatever your setup is. Some tree stands fit in them. It just depends on how big your tree stand is, how big your pot is, but you can always make it work. I've always found a way to make it work, and I just feel like it gives a very clean look, and plus you can like clean around it. Another tip I wanted to give you is stockings. So a good way to make them look a little bit nicer is like these had these little like tassels. So if you like little tassels and detail, leave it. But I just liked it simple. So what I did was just tuck them inside of it. That way, if next year I'm like, no, I like the tassels because I can see me doing that, I have that option. So you can always just tuck those in, untuck them. You can cut them if you're like, I'm never gonna like that. But just tweaking things really does make it super easy. You can just customize it to like what you like and your style. And speaking on that, this is a piece I actually spray painted. I didn't like the original color. I loved the piece, but it wasn't gonna go on my house. I felt like it had, I think, a lot of gold on it, if I remember last year, and it just looked more glam. So I just got spray paint and sprayed it twice. It did not take long at all. It was super easy, and now it goes with my style, and I love it. So definitely think outside the box when you're going to Goodwill's, garage sales. You can get really good things because people are just trying to get rid of Christmas decor in the summer. Look at the shape and the design and see if you like it, and then think, can I spray paint this or paint it, or can I update it somehow for my style? And you'll save a ton of money, and then you have a really unique piece as well. Now this is like our actual entryway where we come in. So I always like to just do something small here. One thing I like to do is I like to keep a blanket by our back door. So when we leave, I have it if I'm gonna be cold. Like we love to go look at Christmas lights almost every single night, or go to a light show or something like that. I want to just be able to grab that and throw it on my lap in the car, go look at lights. And so I've learned just keeping it here. It works well. This could also be jackets or whatever you need. I just love the look of a blanket, and I use the blanket. And so this just goes to show you there's not a lot of Christmas decor here, but with the pretty red and the winter greenery right there, I feel like it's screaming Christmas, but it's like a very luxe high-end Christmas. I did grab this painting, this artwork out of this bathroom. So I'm missing one in there, but it looked good up there. So I am gonna have to replace it in here, but this is another space. Look how like dirty it was where it was hanging. You can actually see that. I like to add a candle, that Christmas candle again. I like to switch out the greenery. And then I added a little piece of artwork. It's another nativity photo right there. And once we have a picture, it's gonna be perfect. Like, it looks so pretty in here. And then when guests come to use the bathroom, they still feel like Christmas. Here is our laundry room / utility room, coffee, all the things. There's all the things in here. There's not a spot to put a ton out in here, but we do always love having these like oversized pine cones. They have glitter on them too. And then just a little bit of greenery there in the window. We have our Christmas countdown next to the sink. So this is just a good little place. I can't keep too much on the counters because this is where like I do all of our laundry and fold it on the counters. So I need that like working space, but you get a little festive with it. You fill it between the pine cones and the greenery. And then here is that TV room that we recently did. I wanted to show you, we didn't do anything in here. It's just a simple space. I could add stockings over there, but I just don't need to. We're just in here hanging out, so I didn't like decorate. It is like a smaller space. I didn't even clean up for you guys. I just have all the blankets. I have our heated blankets out in here. It is nice though just to turn on the fire right there and it feels cozy. But I just want to show you, like, not every space has to be decorated. It 110% can be, but don't feel like it has to be. If you're wondering where I put all my olive trees, I'm going to show you now. So one went in here. It would be cool to have like a multicolored Christmas tree in here. The one that's in my bedroom would fit, and it's multicolored, or it can be. But I wanted that in our room. We're in there more laying at night watching TV, and I needed spots for my olive trees because I do not want to put them outside in a garage, in a building. Things just get buggy here in Oklahoma. So it's working there for now. So that's one of them. This is a workout space right now if you haven't seen it lately. And then I'll show you my others. Chase's office is the other place. So I had to add that small olive tree there and then my other big one. So I'm like, you're gonna feel like you're in a forest, but he doesn't really care to have a Christmas tree back here, and he doesn't mind these, and you don't ever see the space, like no one ever comes in here. He does have like a buck on the wall, so it's there's a little Christmas, nothing crazy. So yeah, I just tucked those away in here for now. Another little tip I like to add is just personalizing your stockings. I feel like this is such a easy, beautiful way to do it. I got these off Etsy a few years ago, so if I can find her, I'll link her. If not, she's watched my videos in the past, so if you're watching, comment and share your link so people can find these, because you can get all different colors, but I just love the way they look. It's not something crazy or bold. It's just simple and understated, but I love that they're all personalized. I don't know, I just feel like it adds a perfect little touch to the space.
Bells will be ringing, the glad, glad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. My baby's gone, and I have no friends, and you send your greetings once again. All right. Choirs will be singing silent night, Christmas carols by candlelight. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. If not for Christmas, then by New Year's night. Well, friends and relations send salutations, sure as the stars shine above. And this is Christmas, it's Christmas, my dear. Well, it's the time of year you wanna be with the one you love. Then won't you tell me
So that is it. I put 3 trees up this year, if you're wondering. Some wreaths, some garland, some candles, and then the smells just bring it all together. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned some decorating tips or just hacks that are gonna help you out. I appreciate it so much. If you're like me, don't get overwhelmed. I will say the first go around I was in tears, but now I absolutely love it. So just keep working on your home until it feels right for you. No one else but you. So thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
My dear, don't you think it's a time of year you wanna be with the one that you love? Then won't you tell me you'll never move on? Oh, Christmas and New Year will find you home. Yes, I will. Say I'll be happy. Oh, yes, I will. Once again. Oh, please come home. Yeah. I'm gonna be happy with you.